Hello traders, welcome to my YouTube channel where we keep things simple. So on today's video I'm going to be doing our top analysis on Euro USD like we always do it in preparation for the upcoming week. So without no further delay, let's dive into it straight. And if by the end of this video you find value, do well to smash the subscription button and like, also share to support the channel growth. So here we are on monthly time frame on Euro USD, and all you can see here is that the market is strongly bullish. The monthly candle is strongly bullish, heading to the upside. So if we should mark, use the arrow here. The network is disturbing, but we still have to do what we have to do. So here the monthly candle is strongly bullish, and here if we check weekly, also have weekly moving strongly to the upside. The previous week closing 3 weeks now, closing strongly bullish. So here in daily now, where we can start looking for our structures, let's see what we've got here. In my previous video I analyzed all these things, that the market made a change of character on daily. We should be expecting price to come back down to this level, but price didn't come to this level. Instead, price respected this resistance that turned to support. So this support here also like a trend line broken. So price respected this support and started moving to the upside. So this is what happened last week. This is last week price action. So during the end of the week, the market momentumly left from this level, and coupled with the news that happened, the news also gave us a nice price action. So everything is very clean on the chart for us. So if you should look here on the H4 time frame, already we can see that the market failed to come back to this order flow I marked last week, which is this level, and now respecting the resistance level, which is being broken and continuing to the upside. So now what do I have? If you look here, we see we have a proper imbalance at this level. I'm expecting price to come back into this imbalance, which is also a consolidation zone before expansion. So let's look here in H4 to see what we've got. Here in H4, what do we have? Already in my previous video on last week top down analysis, I mentioned that we have a trend line here at H4 time frame. H4 time frame trend line that needs to be taken out. And let me show you guys what happened. Network is really bad. Network is really bad. Yeah. So this is the trend line that was being, I wanted to label this, but this is the trend line that's been, I was expecting price to clear last week, but unfortunately price didn't fail to clear the entire trend line. Instead manipulated the trend line. So in my previous video I analyzed that we should expect price to come back to this level, clearing this trend line and mitigating this other block that is here. So that was my previous week analysis, but price failed to come back to this level. Instead, we had a manipulation of the trend line. If you can see here, price broke this trend line. People were looking for here for sell, but you can look here, you see that the market, after broken the trend line, people might be looking for sell, and price broke this high, giving us a change of character here in H4. So here we have a continuation uh, market sentiment, which is a break of structure in H4. So after this H4, this is where I say that the news and last week price action are giving us a lot of easy understanding in the market. After this break of structure, we have this level of demand sitting here, which is like another flow that grabbed liquidity. So I'm expecting price to come back to this level before I will looking for my buy. So, but why am I looking at this level? Because after this break of structure, I've had a pullback here, which I know that might price might respect. Taking out this level, price might take out this level as inducement and tap on this the demand zone that I marked here and continue to the upside. But what if price fail this level? Then I will know that price might be trying to mitigate something on daily level. Because on my previous video, I also refined this level on daily, show you guys that here on daily we have another flow that's not mitigated. But for now, I'm no longer having much interest here, since this trend line have been manipulated, and we having this low as a strong low, and also having this inducement here. I am more interested here for my buy coming into going into next week. So if we should look at this price action here, waiting for price to tap here, that is my plan. And now let's check the H1 to see what we've got. So here on H1, also the same thing. If you look, this is the break of structure, and this is the zone on H4. So it's just like the same thing, just that if we should refine this zone now, we have something like this to count on. So it will be something like this, which will be this other block that is here on the refinement purpose. So this other block now is the level that is holding imbalance. So still like the same thing on H4, I'm expecting price to come back to this level, taking out this inducement and mitigate this level of demand before I start looking for my buys. For this current price, I am not interested to do anything at that current price, because if you remember the rule of trading, always buy low and sell high. So there is probability that the market might start to drop from this level now, coming down to this level, or the market might also go up. So for that purpose, I'm not interested for anything here. I have my reason for this level, because this level have more high probability to hold price. Also looking at this low, you will see that before the market broke structure to the upside, we also have this low swept. So since this have happened, I am more interested here for my buy, making this level more stronger. So if I should mark this entire level, it will be marking this order flow from the low where the liquidity is being swept. But since this for the refinement purpose, that is why I'm marking this order block at this level. So that is my plan going into next week. And if I should check the 15-minute time frame, what do we have here? Here in 15 minutes, yeah, we have what I might see here is the kind of trend line. Should be something like this. I'm seeing a trend line at this level, which is also a kind of probability that the market might come and clear all this level. So for now, I'm not seeing anything clean here in 15 minutes. All I can even see is that the market is a kind of making lower lows to the downside. And yeah, before the market close, you can see the market they kind of dropping. So there's not much clean price action here in 15 minutes. I'm more interested in the H4 time frame where the price action is very clean, and H1 as well. So that is all I have on gold going into next week. So let's check the sorry, all I have on Euro USD going into next week. So if we should check the gold here to see what we've got. Gold. The previous week have given us a lot of clean price action. We only have to follow the our rules before trading. So here also, let's start from the monthly. Momentumly bullish on the monthly candle. Weekly also closing last week closing momentumly bullish. So here on daily, where we can start looking for our structures. So you can see that here in the daily time frame, all we have is the market making breaking the internal highs. From this level, I analyzed that why the market is going to respect this level, and it did exactly that. I also analyzed why the market uh, will respect this level after this break of structure. I analyzed that the market might be coming back into this imbalance, but it failed. Just like Euro USD I just showed you, I'm also going to show you the reason why what the market did in the past week. So here is what I have. The market breaking the internal highs to the upside. If you look here, we have a break of structure and another break of structure at this level. Now we are close to this resistance, which is the old high, which probably the market might react at this level, pull back down. But don't forget that we are still bullish on gold. Despite this reaction, we are still bullish on gold. The market might come back down, take out this low, and come back into this imbalance I marked in my previous video. But that is under probability. It can happen, but it can still like not happen because since the market have broken this high, the market might trade back into this imbalance at this consolidation zone and continue up. So let's go down to H4 to see the bigger picture. So here in H4, on our previous video, we marked this high as a break of structure, though the market didn't close above, just swept the high and continued moving to the upside. So, and again, this past week, we have another break of structure at this level. But if you remember in my previous video, I'm also expecting that price will clear this trend line here, which we do have here. This trend line, yeah, here. But just like the Euro USD, we manipulated the trend line and the market continued going to the upside. During the week, I have a lot of clean uh, reasons to be buying at this level, but because of this trend line and this demand level that is sitting in daily zone, I didn't like. I decided not to trade because I'm expecting that the market should come back to this level, but unfortunately, it didn't do exactly that. But instead, it manipulated the sellers, people to start selling, which is making this broken this trend line and uh, making people to start selling, and if unfortunately broken the high to the upside, which is a continuation market sentiment. Which after this break now, what am I expecting? Going into next week, I'm expecting that the market should come back to this level. This is the unmitigated zone that price need to come back to. So here we have another flow, and refining the other flow, we have this other block that is sitting here. So let me highlight that with another color. We should use okay. So that is the other block there. And why am I expecting price to react at this level? So since we have manipulated, just like the Euro USD, we have manipulated this level, there's probability that the market might react at this level and continue going to the upside. But for this current price, I don't have anything to do at this current price action. I'm waiting for price to pull back to this level. When price get to this level, I'll be going into my lower time frame, which for me is 15 minutes. I'll be looking for confirmation at this level. So going into next week, this is the level I'm looking at. But what if this level fail? Because if you look where we don't have any internal structure that the market might use as fuel. But because we consolidated at this level, wasted a lot of time at this level, this place now stand as a strong resistance after being broken. So that is why I'm marking this level. But if this level should fail, then my next level to look for will be this imbalance level, which is a strong, the extreme POY in the daily zone, refined daily zone, which is sitting here. So that is my plan on H4. And let's check the H1 to see what we've got. Also similar stuff. Here we have a break of structure on the H1, just like we do on the H4. It's also this level is also a H1 break of structure and a H4 break of structure. So since we've broken this high at this level, what am I planning going into next week? I'm expecting price to come back down. I'm expecting price to come back down. Coming back down to mitigate this level here in H1, which is the H4 also uh, kind of refinement level. So now refining this level on the H1, already we marked out the order flow. If we should mark out the other block that is here, here is the other block. The last buying candle that needs to be mitigated before the continuation. So this is why I am looking for this level for my buy to the upside. So a break of structure at this level and inducement taken out, weak low, weak low. So since all this level have been taken out, if you look here, see that before the market close, we have a sweep of this level. But I haven't had any clean confirmation yet to start buying. Instead, if you look here, we see that we are rejecting above. The candles are rejecting above. There haven't been any candle closure above this bullish bearish candle that swept liquidity. So that might be happen that when the market close, and this is the last low that is created week uh, before the before the previous week closure, market closure. So there's probability that the market might come back to this low, taking out this low, and immediately this low is being taken out, we are going to start looking for our buy to target the old daily high. So that is the plan on gold going into next week. So let's check the 15 minutes to see what we've got. Here in 15 minutes, we're having lower low, and from going to the upside, we start trading to the downside. And now this is a strong low in 15 minutes, which have been swept. But I am more focusing on the H4 and the H1. There's probability that the market might continue up from here, taking out this side. Maybe we go up from here, sweeping this level, coming back down, and taking out this low before continuation to the upside. Or the market might continue up from here, doesn't. We only have to analyze. There's no end to what you have analyzed here. We only have to play on a high probability level. So to follow the high probability level, I am more focusing on the H4. I'm waiting for price to come back to higher time frame level before I start planning on anything to do on gold. Also remember that this level is the daily imbalance, which there is probability that the market will come back to fill this imbalance here and continue to the upside. So since this is what we've got, I'm interested for here to look for my buys. And if this level fail, that means I will now be looking for a daily zone to hold. Because if you look here, at first attempt, we didn't close above this high. And after this level have been confirmed, after we've confirmed the break of structure now, this level, if this level happened to be broken, yes, this level took out internal lows and break above. But this level have not will not be called that much of a strong low, because it, after this sweep of this high, market pull back down, take out this inducement and broke the structure. So if this level fail, still pay attention to this level, because this level here might hold. So that is my plan going into next week. So this level is a strong low, but this is more of a stronger low. Why am I saying that? This is the origin of this move to the upside. And at this first attempt, we didn't broke above this. We broke this high, but did close above it. So it was after this pullback in the previous week that just passed that we now close above this level. So this level might still stand as a level of liquidity which can be manipulated, and price will continue up from this level. But that is not to say that we shouldn't be looking for a confirmation here for buy. We should still look for this level for buys. Why? Because if you look, we have a kind of resistant level here, and finally the market broke to the upside. So there's probability that the market might mitigate this resistant level, tap into this other block, fill this imbalance, and continue to the upside. So the price action we have on this chart, two chart, which is the Euro USD and the on the gold, is very clean. So we only have to wait for a confirmation before we start taking our trade. So why I always say that waiting for confirmation is good. Let me show you the reason why on Euro USD, my previous week analysis, where I highlighted in 15 minutes. So 15 minutes in my previous week video, I mentioned that since we have had this break of structure at this level, since we've had this break of structure at this level before the market closed, that there's probability that the market will come back, take out this level of liquidity, which is inducement, which is internal highs, to be taken as liquidity before continuation to the downside. And I highlighted this other block that is here, but I said that you should wait for confirmation at this level before placing your buy, your sell at this level. And if you look here, what happened? The market did respect this level, but it took out, let's say you are selling aggressively here, it swept this high, taking the money above it. And what happened after that? The market fall to the downside, which is why I say always wait for confirmation before acting on any level that has been analyzed on this or when any level that I highlighted on this video. So that is it for this video. Let's go into next week trading responsibly, and always waiting for a change of trend at every level. We do our top-down analysis, but we can't control what the market is doing. That is why you should always wait for confirmation before taking any position, taking any trade, or taking any entry in the market. So that is it. That is all for this video. Let's go into next week with calm mind, with full focus, with open-minded learning and growing in the market. There is no lose or win in the market. There is only an opportunity to learn and grow. So that is it in all for this video. See you guys another one. Peace out.